Hi, this is Gail. Welcome. Today I thought I would share with you some little treasures that I made yesterday. I was gone on vacation for about 6 days, and when I came home, I felt a little under the weather, not real high energy, so I wanted something quick and easy to do. Now, this is not my idea. I have seen these done before. Most recently, I saw them at a little flea market booth run by Stitches by Julia. Hi, Julia, in case you're watching. Now, she is on YouTube. She has an Etsy, and I got to visit her at her flea market where she has a booth. And I saw that she had these, and I've never made them before. And she says she's going to do a video, and I hope she does, because I am sure there are other ways to do this. This is just what I came up with after seeing hers and going, I should make some of those. So I thought they would make great embellishments for my journals. Now, all she said she did was to take and cut out 7 circles. Now, I didn't measure these. I literally grabbed things that I had and made circles. And these were all around my desk. And this is what I used for my biggest circle. It's about 2 3/4 inches, okay? Now, and then I went down by ½ inch or by 1/4 inch increments, and there are 7 circles. So it's 2 3/4, 2 1/2, etc., working their way down. Now I made a template out of, this is file folder, but I started with just some book pages, and this, I think, is a great way to use up book pages. If you have tons of those sitting around, here you go. Here's a way to use them up. Now, I did them 2 ways, and I'll show you both method. Nothing super complicated by any means. I started with this method, and you can see I cut my circle. I think this is the very first one I did, in fact. And then I used watercolors. These are all watercolors. The first group I used were my metallic watercolors. And I'll get them out here, and you can see it says Yasutomo, Yasutomo, and I have swatched them, and you can see they're metallic-y, and yeah, so here they are. You can tell they're well loved, and I got to thinking they're probably more expensive than regular watercolors, so maybe not a good choice to use on something where you use a lot of watercolor, but hey, it was fun. Anyhow, so I cut out my circles first, then I watercolored around, and I left just like maybe 1/4 inch around the edge without any coloring, okay, and then, after it dried, I took a black pen, and this is what I used. This is a Uniball, and it's a micro, and I don't see a number on it. So, anyhow, that's what I used. And then I just went around roughly, did some little zigzaggies every now and then. And then I lined them all up and punched a hole through the center using my awl. This is from my book binding supplies. And then I took a brad, stuck it through the center. And you could use any kind of brad, doesn't have to be this. But, so that was the first method. Oh, by the way, after I got them all stuck together, I took and I scrunched individually every circle up and then undid it, and then we have this lovely little flower feel, so it's not like flat. Okay, so there was blue, here's a pink. Then I decided, oh, let's take a little gold and do right around the edge, you know, on that quarter edge. So that's what I started doing. And then, yeah, same concept. Okay, just different colors. Now, then what happened was, yeah, you see, just around the edges, okay? Then what happened was I was like, well, I could probably save time and just paint a whole page with one color, then cut them all out. And then if I want to rim them with gold or a different color, I can. So that's what I did next. Now, so you'll see, this is one color, and then this is similar but darker around the edge. And then I just use a little different brad, okay? Same thing here, light green, little darker green around the edge. And this one, didn't really have anything that color green, so I used blue, just something different. And again, here with a little goldish color. And this is sort of a lavender flower. If I didn't have anything close, I just used this kind of bronzy color. I don't know. And then here's this one, okay? Super easy and fun to do. Well, then I got to thinking, you know, I have some paper towels left over. And I have some baby wipes. This is actually a baby wipe. It's very, very soft. You can see that blues, was using a blue paint. And I did the same thing. I've cut it out. I haven't done anything else to it. But I think where the issue is going to be is won't be able to use the Uniball because it won't write on this. So I've got to find a different marker. So I'll do that, and I'll show this at some later video. Okay, so how about we give it a whirl? Now, another one I want to show you. This was created, it was plain book page and passed on to me, and then I just went and dabbed some of my pink metallic paint into it to give it a little bit of color. Okay, I have a bunch more of these. I haven't found the rest of them. Well, I've put the rest of them away and I haven't dug them out yet, but anyhow, I thought that would make a cute adornment as well. Another little embellishment. So I'm going to put those off to the side and we will get started here. I hope you are all having a great day. The weather is much nicer today, pardon the reach, than it was yesterday, at least yesterday afternoon. It got kind of rainy and dreary here. Okay, so don't forget to make your template. I already went ahead and cut some book pages out, book page circles out for this one to save some time. Now, I'll keep my template off to the side, but I thought the first thing that we would do is let's color a sheet. And for this one, I'm going to use my Derwent Inktense. And it comes with its little water pen, which is really lovely. And let's just pick a color. I think let's go with this blue. And truly, all we're going to do is paint the paper. And I am focusing on the text, because that's what I want the most of. I'll go a little out of the bounds of the text, but that's what I most want. And it's okay if it's not all exactly the same exact light or dark. A bigger brush would probably be better, but I want to use what came with it. Doesn't have to be like totally filled in my opinion. And if it's too light, we'll go back over it again. Right? And I'm got my heat gun here in case we need to dry it with that to speed things up as well. So, this little vacation that I went on was to Minnesota. I went with my friend Lori. Hi, Lori. Her mother passed in January from COVID, but of course, because of COVID, the memorial service or interment wasn't until Father's Day. So I drove out with her to give her some company on her journey home. And it's a 2-day trip by car, but we had some fun along the way and visited with a couple of other YouTube buddies, some other artists on YouTube, or that we have met via YouTube. Now I'm going to set that off to the side, and then we will dry that if we need to in a minute. Okay, so how about we go ahead and do these next, these little ones. Okay, do I want to do the same color? No, let's do a different color. So, I need to clean this off. Okay, let's just clean off. There we go, we're all clean. And, well, let's see what color. Yeah. It's interesting when I look at this looks like it's a pink, but on the block it does not look pink. And I have a lot of pink. Let's go purple. Let's try this and see. Let's do little first. Oh, that does not look purple to me. That definitely looks blue, don't you think? Okay, and I'm not going to color the whole thing. Just up to the edge. Leave that edge. I think that's kind of a neat effect when you leave the edge, you know? Okay, so I'm going to set that off to the side. I guess I grabbed the wrong one. Anyhow, it's all good. It's all good. I don't have one this color, so it doesn't matter, right? What's in the center anyway isn't going to show a lot. Okay, got that one done. Okay. So the first person that we were able to meet is a lovely lady who lives in Minocqua, Wisconsin. Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne. Suzanne Proul. And Suzanne first started out following Lori, and they became friends, and then she started following me, and through Lori, we kind of got to know each other, especially with our little trip there. Beautiful cabin on a lake. Was so much fun. Didn't want to leave. And she is such a gifted artist. However, she does not do any social media with her work, sadly. So you can't see it. But I so wish you could, because she is a gifted artist and does so many things. So, and we went antiquing and just had, and crafted and just had fun time together. We hated to leave. And we saw a bear while we were there. Now, when I first saw it crossing the road, it was standing upright. And then it got down on all fours because it was in a hurry to run away from us and took off running more like a dog. Such a sight when you're not expecting it. So that was fun. And of course, all three of us are in the car trying to get a picture, but nobody could get their camera out in time and get one. So unfortunately, we have no proof, but we do not tell a lie. It was a bear. And Suzanne has this adorable deer that comes up at night, and she can hand feed it. Is that not cool or what? When I was a child, in the summers, I used to visit my great-uncle, who was in OC or Protem, Missouri. He was kind of halfway in between, and the two teensy little, basically, general stores with a post office inside. And anyhow, someone had hit a mother deer on the road, and the baby deer was laying on the side of the road beside its mama. And he found it, and we ended up, contacting DNR or whatever. And back then, they allowed us to keep the deer and bottle feed it, and then we set it free when it was an adult. So it was wonderful. It was a great experience, bottle feeding it and raising it up and such. Okay, so we've got that part done. Clean off this. Okay, now I'll leave this for now like that, but know that I have to take care of that before I put it away. Okay, and I have these, and now what I need to do is to dry things so that we can move on. Okay, and these are still pretty wet. So I'm going to get out my heat gun. So cover your ears while I try to do that. And I want to keep them from blowing away. So I will start with these. It won't take them long. Yep, that's already dry. And it's okay, we have different gradients of the same color, because that will make for an interesting flower, I think. Whoops. Yep. Has to be dry enough for me to be able to use the ink on it from the pen to write on. Oopsie, here we go. Is that done? Oh yeah, it's done. And I'm guessing, since this is curling, that it's done too. Okay, and now, how about this one? Kind of like the light gradation. Yep, I think it's done. Okay. So now, here we go. So now it's time to do a little writing. And I apologize for my voice. This is kind of how I started sounding towards the end of the day yesterday. So yeah, not great. Now I'm going to move this over a little bit, and you may see my glass mat underneath, and I'm sorry if it's not super clean, but anyhow, and now I am going to go around this now with this darker blue. You're not going to see it very well, but when you look up close, it'll be there, right? And again, it does not have to be perfect. Okay. And my eyes are so bad. Okay, all I'm doing is going around the edge, do a little scribbling, 3 different places. That's all, okay? So, again, whoops. And it's okay if it goes wonky, because you can also do those double lines, right? Those wonky double lines that intertwine if you want to. And I really am blind. I'm not kidding around. I can't really even tell where my lines are, but it doesn't matter. Do you have to do this stage? Absolutely not. Do what you want. Maybe you want to do no lines. Maybe you think it's silly. It is okay, whatever you think. Do your own thing. Okay. And kind of fun scribbling. Okay. I do have to say, I think I prefer the metallic paints, but maybe once this is done, I'll say, no, I like this better. Or maybe they're both equally as good. I don't know. There's some scribbles. Some more scribbles. And I do odd. I don't know, for the eye, odd seems to appeal more. But hey, if you don't want to do odd numbers of scribbles, do your own thing. Do whatever you want. Okay, I have one more. One more to go. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is line these up. Now, could I go around and color on the edge? I sure can, and let me show you what I did that with. Pardon me reaching across again. Okay, here we go. I used my Poscas, and these happen to be, it's all in Japanese, so I can't read it, but they are sparkly, glittery, shiny, metallic-y, whatever. Okay, so now if I was going to do this, I'd want something with a little contrast. Let's go this color. And we can do that if you like. What the hey? They have the ball in it, so you shake, shake, shake. Okay. And again, I want to use my glass here. And I'm just trying to catch the edge. And it doesn't have to fill in that whole space. That isn't the object. Okay. So, I'm just trying to get the very outer edge. Can you see okay? I can move over some. Okay. I am really struggling trying to see, being so far away from eyes. I'm just saying, I'm about blind. So, our trip, we got to meet Suzanne. We spent the night with her, 2 nights with her. And then we headed to Minnesota. And in Minnesota, Detroit Lakes, we got to meet Julia of Stitches by Julia. So I will put her info down below, and you can follow her on YouTube, and I am sure when she does a tutorial on this, it will be far better than what I'm doing. So, just so you know. And she has a lot of really neat things. She sews, and she has the neatest sweatshirts and little bags and jewelry and buttons. She does these really neat clay-covered buttons. You just have to see them. So, she has videos on some of these things on her channel. So please go check her out. And you will find some really fun things there. So, all right, on the last one, I am actually thinking I won't take time to do the second one, but you understand the difference. It's pretty basic, the difference in the appearance. This way you might see a hint of the book page, whereas the clear book page, whereas with the other method, you don't. Okay, so put these together. I just sort of line them up, centered on top of each other, like so. The glitter around the edge gives it a little pizzazz. Okay. And I'm not worrying about what direction the text is going in. Don't care. Don't care. Okay, I'm going to take my little awl, punch a hole in the center. Watch out for your fingers. Okay, now what I didn't do first, and I probably should have, is to find a brad. Now I have all kinds of brads in here. Here's a purple one. That might go well with this. So I might leave that out. But as I recall looking through here, I didn't see any of those kind that I wanted to use on this one. But I think there is a blue one in here. Yep, there is. Okay, and see, these are already, they have flowers and stars and whatever. Okay. Get that in there before it all falls apart. Now you could use jewels. I think that Julia actually used jewels, and hers were really pretty. So I just use what I have. And I don't know if she used a brad or not when she put hers together either. That's just simple and easy, and hey. So that's what I did. Now, what I also did is I want it to have sort of a flowery, don't want it flat, basically. So I'm just curling up the edges. If you use brittle book pages, you want to be cautious because I would guess it might rip. These are not brittle. This is an old Reader's Digest, however. So it's not brand new and it's not super thick. So, but isn't this a great idea of something to do with your book pages? All those book pages we have when we got a book, and what do we do with them, huh? I don't know, you could probably do them all together, but I just felt like it gave them a little more pizzazz if it was apart like so. A little fluffier, perhaps. Okay. So, there you have it. Cute little flower embellishment for your journals. So, Have a great day. Get out there. Be creative. Make some art. But stay safe and stay healthy. And until next time, bye-bye.